It also represents a 14.3% more passenger arrivals over the comparative period in 2014. The exceptional double-digit performance has been credited as the primary reason for the 0.5% increase in local GDP.
Officials say increases over 10% were registered in every month except for May across several source markets.
The United States recorded the highest growth for the period under review with 25.3%, followed by Canada with 22.6%. The United Kingdom and Germany grew by 13.8% and 11.5% respectively. The Caribbean and Latin America also posted positive performances with 8.5% and 5.5% increases.
However, they also reported a 23.6% decline in visitors from some European countries, including Sweden and Finland. Arrivals from Brazil also dropped by 8%. The cruise sector also registered good performances with increases seen in the number of calls and passengers.
There were 52 cruise ship calls and 115,231 cruise passenger arrivals, an increase of 6% in cruise calls and 12% in passenger arrivals for the same period, 2014.
Cruise arrivals are expected to increase by 5%, and it is hoped that economic activity will be generated as more vessels home port in Barbados in the future.
12 new vessels will call during the 2015-2016 winter season, and these will include the Mein Schiff 3 and the Britannia. The mega vessel Norwegian Breakaway will also be making a number of calls during the season.
And with crop over, the major boost for the key sector this summer, tourism officials are hoping 2015 stays on track to be a record year for the industry. Governor of the Central Bank of Barbados, Dr. Delisle Worrell, says the country will have to step up its standards of production if it is to compete at the global level. Dr. Worrell says products and services that are competitive internationally will survive.
With limited resources and skills, the country must of necessity concentrate on getting production of a limited range of products and services up to international standards of competitiveness.
The Central Bank Governor was speaking during the bank's 35th annual review seminar at Accra Beach Resort. Dr. Worrell says Barbados should not try to model economic policies off of larger industrial countries as they are different. He also says the country must search for other ways to gain foreign exchange.
You cannot grow the economy if you do not have an additional source of foreign exchange. And you will not secure additional foreign exchange by lowering your selling price, for example, by devaluation.
Barbados is reporting a decline in all major categories of fires. House, cane and grass fires are all trending downwards. This is according to information obtained from the Barbados Fire Service. So far for the year, the fire service has responded to 54 house fires compared to 62 for the same period last year. 58 cane fires were recorded to date and 753 grass fires. Now in 2014, for the same period, the fire service responded to 132 cane and 1,365 grass fires. Overall, the Barbados Fire Service has responded to 1,622 incidents for 2015. This is down from the 2,466 for the corresponding period last year. Despite the alert level at the Kikumjeni volcano of Grenada being lowered to yellow, the Department of Emergency Management is continuing to monitor and keep the public informed about the underwater volcano. The yellow alert means vessels near the volcano should observe a 1.5-kilometer exclusion zone. The Seismic Research Center of the University of the West Indies at St. Augustine in Trinidad and Tobago says activity levels at the underwater volcano have reduced significantly, resulting in a downgrading of the alert level. We'll have more news in just a moment, but first we want to get your take on this question. Do you believe that 2015 is shaping up to be the best year for tourism in living memory? Text yes or no to short code 8111. We'll have the results for you at the end of the news.
The brands of summer in store at My Cave Shepherd and Colombian Emeralds International. This summer, you can afford to indulge in all the brands you love. Get to My Cave Shepherd, the home of quality, authentic, affordable brands, and CEI for exquisite quality and exceptional value. Reward yourself with affordable treats all summer long and be fabulous in your circle of friends. Get your brands. Enjoy your summer.
Sale, sale, sale at Shoemax. The place to go for ladies' footwear is Shoemax at Dowell's House, Palmetto Street. For work, casual, school, and wide-width shoes for maximum value on lady shoes and selected items for only $29.95. Go to Shoemax, Dowell's House, Palmetto Street.
Oh, yeah.
My remedy for stress, it brings me happiness, those that I cannot test. Oh, 'cause I don't feel like sleeping. Now you're gone and you give me sugar rush, sugar rush. I never felt this kind of feeling. Sugar rush, sugar rush. Yes, if I drink, if I drunk, if I wine, dump on the drunk. Together we drinking.
Six young people are this year's recipients of National Development Scholarships. The 4 men and 2 women received their instruments today at the Ministry of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation at the Elsie Payne Complex, St. Michael. They are Abraham Millington, who will be pursuing an MSc in music at York University in Canada. Steve Sobers, a Master's in Fine Arts, Music Composition at Vermont College of Fine Arts in the U.S. Janine Bailey, a BSc in Prosthetics Orthotics at the University of Hartford, USA. Marissa Innes, Occupational Therapy at the University of Derby, UK. Andre Harewood, a PhD in Photovoltaic Engineering at the Europa Universität in Germany. And Rico King, a PhD in Computer Science, Computer Vision Robotics at the University of Western Ontario in Canada. High biosecurity standards at poultry farms across the island are now more important than ever, with the movement of migratory birds to the island soon to begin. This from Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Agricultural Society, James Paul. He says, with the avian influenza a major problem in North America and the summer season soon to give way to autumn and winter, poultry producers here have to protect their livelihoods by ensuring their farms are safe.
One of the things that we talk about in terms of the biosecurity measures is that putting in place dips at the farms, ensuring, for instance, that in terms of the type of clothing that you wear, that you do not move from farm to farm and basically bring disease from one farm to the other. These are biosecurity measures. The whole question of, for instance, the cleanliness of the pens, are also not allowing wild birds or birds themselves into the pens, because one of the things is that we have to make sure that the pens are actually bird-proof. So
Mr. Paul tells CBC News he hopes farmers do not use the cost of putting these types of measures in place as an excuse, because they run the risk of being wiped out completely.
In the event that, say, a farm becomes contaminated, as you would know in the United States, they slaughtered over 35 million birds this year, trying to control the virus. And once it infects a bird population, that bird population has to be culled. And you can imagine a tremendous loss to the farmer. And the problem is that we do not have a system for compensating farmers as yet. And that is one of the issues, actually, that we have to tackle with the authorities in terms of what type, in the event that it does happen, what type of compensatory measures can we put in place to help to get the farmer back on his feet as quickly as possible.
The national dish of Barbados has made it onto the top 10 national dishes list of National Geographic. Jamaica is the only other Caribbean island included on the list. Its ackee and saltfish, as well as Barbados's cuckoo and flying fish, were ranked 2nd and 3rd respectively. Other countries making the list include the United States, Hungary, England, France, Austria, Ireland, Korea, Syria, and Lebanon. Still to come, a look at some of the stories making headlines across the region. But first, a reminder that we want to hear from you on this question. Do you believe 2015 is shaping up to be the best year for tourism in living memory? Text yes or no to short code 8111. We'll have the results for you at the end of the news. Now remember, you can also follow us on Twitter at CBC_Barbados and on our Facebook page, CBC News Barbados.
Beat the heat with a cold Baico treat. Bond products from Baico are now at super low prices. Indulge yourself with real fruit bar flavors in the new chocolate fudge bar, just $1.50, and the nutty choco nut bar, now only $2. Offer available for a limited time only from participating retail outlets, Baico Mobilers and Baico Direct Outlet at Harbour Road.
Have you got your tickets to the MQI Pickety Crop Calypso Monarch Finals? Well, if you miss it, you blame yourself, because on Saturday, August 1st from 8 p.m., Kensington Oval is going to rumble as finalists Donella, Hee-Haw, Adonijah, Classic, Biggie Irie, Crystal Cummins-Beckles, Colin Spencer, Eno Bong, Adrian Clark and Ian Webster go head-to-head for the richest Calypso crown. Also performing, Devon Seal from Trinidad. Admission $60 for 3Ws early bird or $75 regular for the grounds, $45 early bird or regular for $55, and all other stands from all NCF box office and ticketpal.com or $60 at the door. The MQI Pickety Crop Finals, Saturday, August 1st at Kensington Oval.
Make no mistake, when you're looking for the #1 source of the latest business news in Barbados, the region, and beyond, it has to be The Bottom Line, produced and presented by me, Ryan Broom, every weekday morning on CBC's 94.7 FM at 7:50 a.m. It comes to you with the kind compliments of the Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union Limited, reminding you to save smart and borrow smarter. So remember, make it your business to tune into The Bottom Line, the best source for business news on the radio.
In Trinidad and Tobago, the 11 people charged in connection with last year's murder of prominent attorney Dana Sitahal have been remanded into police custody. They all appeared before a Port of Spain magistrate amid heavy police presence. The matter has been rescheduled until August 24th. Sitahal was murdered while on her way home from a casino. Dominica's parliament has approved new taxes ranging from 5% to 30% on imports of certain meat products. The taxes are seen as a move to encourage domestic production. Taxes on imported meats were eliminated 7 years ago amid the world economic crisis. But government says the focus must now be on boosting production. The government expects the additional revenue from the reinstated taxes would go toward the continued development and upgrade of the local livestock sector. Jamaica's Minister of Finance, Dr. Peter Phillips, is confident the country's debt to GDP ratio will fall significantly by the end of this fiscal year. Jamaica's debt is currently about 140% of GDP. Dr. Phillips projects it could fall to about 130%. The finance minister says he will not be deterred by criticism leveled at him by the opposition Jamaica Labour Party. Well, Cuba has been removed from a list of countries that failed to combat human trafficking by the United States. The annual State Department report comes a week after Cuba and the United States formally restored diplomatic ties. The United States previously accused Cuba's communist authorities of forcing people to travel abroad to work on government-backed projects. The U.S. also removed Malaysia from the list of countries failing to address human trafficking. Cuba was first included on the State Department's annual trafficking in persons list in 2003. Well, sports news is just ahead, but first, here is a tip from Cooperators General Insurance.
This tip of the day is brought to you by Cooperators General Insurance Company Limited. Insurance the way you want it to be.
Before a hurricane, you should know the nearest hurricane shelter and have a plan for relocation to the shelter if that becomes necessary.
What time is it? It's time to come and celebrate 20 years of Bacchanal Time. Wednesday, July 29th, Wildy Gymnasium. It's Bacchanal Time 2020.
20 years, 20 big acts featuring a blast from the past with Edwin.
Are you ready? Hyper for songs, Lil Rick. I am your gym instructor. Red plastic bag, Captain Sawyer, Mada Kumadan, Peter Ram. All are in the bacchanal. Kurt Brown, my kids have equal version one or more. Early bird tickets only $60, but you're out there on Marley Star Home. It's bacchanal time at the best of crop over Wednesday, July 29th at the gym.
Value, convenience, we got it. 50 stores and services, yeah, we got it all. When it comes to you and your family, it's here in Haggett Hall. Sky Food Court, this mall has it all. Right here in Haggett Hall. Convenience for the family. Everything for you and me. Right here, yeah, yeah. When it comes to you and your family, it's here in Haggett Hall. Sky Food Court, this mall has it all.
Ten will sing, but one will win. It's the Pickety Crop Finals coming to you live via streaming on www.cbc.bb for just $25 or 51 Barbados dollars. Log on to www.cbc.bb and book now. Special conditions apply for credit card transactions. CBC, your link to the festival.
Coming up tomorrow, Wednesday, on Morning Barbados, we will continue our profile on the Pick of the Crop finalists. We will be talking to Biggie Irie and the classic man himself. Of course, it's Wednesday, so we're going to be talking pests and entomology and agriculture. And, of course, it's Hump Day, so do join us for all the action tomorrow on Morning Barbados.
Good evening, I'm Sean Green with the CBC Sports. Barbados have won their first medal at the Special Olympic World Games in Los Angeles. This evening, the Bajans claimed a silver in the Unified Bocce Team competition. The team of Felicia McLennan and Patrick Hines, along with the Unified partners Nadia McLennan and Rico Wiggins, fought hard but lost the gold medal to Thailand 10-6. The result, though, means that Barbados finished second in that competition. Host Aline School are on course for a victory against the St. Leonard's boys after the quarterfinals of the Lyme Under-15 cricket competition got underway today. Playing at Belle Plaine, Aline sent into bat, made 197 for 7 of 34 overs, with D'Angelo Springer slamming 18 not out, and Jaden Holligan a quick fire unbeaten 29. Winslow Roberts was the pick of the bowlers with 3 for 38. CBC's Damien Best, he was there.
Steady start by Aline School after being sent in by St. Leonard's boys. But then the breakthrough, Hans Campbell caught behind off the bowling of Jeff Mears for 12, 40 for 1 after 7 overs. The new man in, Shaquan Glasgow, opening his account, picking the gap on the leg side, 4 runs. D'Angelo Springer, well, he looks solid as a rock, helping himself to a boundary. Mears with a wayward delivery. Springer and Glasgow built a nice little partnership, made it mostly of singles before Glasgow gifted his wicket to Shaquani Phillips for 22. Caught at mid-on, 73 for 2. 5 runs later, Ramon Simmons with a lazy shot bowled by Phillips for just 1, 78 for 3 now. Springer, though, was playing the anchor role, punishing anything loose, but he just needed someone to stay with him. Tyrese Ford comprehensively bowled by Winslow Roberts for 5, 94 for 4. 2 balls later, trouble. Jaden Thompson gone for duck, giving Zenico Brown catching practice. Roberts with his second, 94 for 5. All the while, Springer was inching closer to a half century. That was asking to be hit. 4 more off Phillips. Then the moment came. Quick single and well played indeed. 50 to Springer. That's what you call a responsible knock from the opener. Well, Aline reached 123. Then Sequan Lovell, he was heading back to the pavilion, caught behind by Tyrone Gibson for 3. 6 wickets down. Roberts doing the trick again. Well, Hakeem Towler came in and He simplified things, full toss, gift, 4 through square leg. But shortly after that, he played an ugly shot, lost his footing, ball between the legs, where Rivaldo Clark for just 7, 142 for 7 after 30 overs. Entered Jaden Holligan. He's not messing around, no ball, full toss, and 6. Big Springer, not to be outdone, 4 more to the tally. Aline, 170 for 7. Well, Springer kept piling on the runs, reaching 70, goes over extra cover here, and the fielder doesn't have a chance. Back to the Holligan show, and you can call him the finisher, capping off the innings with a couple of 6s. Aline, in the end, 192 for 7 of 34 overs. D'Angelo Springer, 80 not out, and Jaden Holligan unbeaten on 29. Damien Best, CBC Sports.
And in reply, St. Leonard's were scheduled out for just 32 in 15 overs. Hayden Holligan took 4 for 6, while Hans Campbell picked up 3 for 12. And batting the second time, Aline